Hi everybody! I've got a 30-minute session that I'm doing for a client here, and I'm going to read these goals. There's a couple of them, and then we're going to get started. Okay, first goal. I feel I need a major chakra healing, removal, clearing, balancing. Actually, Metatron was pretty clear about it in November of 2019, with particular focus on my root chakra and the 8 Genesis cells, or Egg of Kundalini. I only just heard of this. I watched a video of yours that made it so clear that I'm living with many soul fragments. I would like to heal, integrate those, and I sense that may tie in with my root chakra and the rest of them too. Alright, so you say the last 2 may need to wait for another journey, but you're going to throw it out there just in case. Alright. I have recently become aware of the likelihood of 3 alien incarnations, Orion or Andromeda being my origin. I now feel very much Pleiadian and resonate with that energy quite strongly. Since it feels important, I would like to explore further. And the final one, it's been pointed out to me that I continually seek guidance from others, but seem to resist that quiet, that solitude in which to go within. These are some really good goals. I like all of them. I'll just tell you about this last one. A lot of people are like this. And the reason why is because we often don't know how to go within. And when there's other people that are experienced with connecting, it's easier to go to someone to get a clearer answer than what you're going to find inside yourself. So it takes a little bit of learning on how to actually go within and then understand what those messages are. So don't be too hard on yourself there, okay? A lot of people are this way, but it's at least cool to acknowledge that or have an awareness of it. But let me get relaxed here. I really love working with Archangel Metatron, so that's cool. Root chakra. Let me just double check this. My root chakra and the 8 Genesis cells, or Egg of Kundalini. I'm so intrigued by this. Chakra healing, removal, clearing, soul fragments. May tie in with root chakra, and then all of them. Andromeda, Pleiadians. Okay. All right, I'm ready. All right. I see you. You're quietly working inside yourself, actually. And it's like a really adorable kitchen. I'm not sure how, but there's white cabinets. There's just your basic, I mean, there's space here. There's plenty of cabinets for pots and pans, like anything you could need. It's comfortable. It's not huge, but it's not small. But you're writing on the air is what it's like, and you have a black marker, and you're writing this stuff down. It looks like really complicated math equations. And you're silently solving some problems that are hard. But you're doing it in a very comfortable place. Now, what I'm intrigued by is what is outside the kitchen doors. There's 2 of them. You're kind of sandwiched in between this way or that way. This is a message you need to know about first. I'm not necessarily tapping into a very specific chakra right now, but the first thing that I get introduced to in your energy field is this. And having an understanding about this is going to help your chakras and help everything. So let's see where it takes us. You ignore me. You ignore me. I'm like tapping on your shoulder and I'm like waving this in front of your eyes. Why are you ignoring me? I'm saying this. It's hilarious. Okay. This is you on autopilot, making it look as though you're doing something really super extraordinary. So where's the real you at? You're hiding, you're in the walls of this kitchen, you're just basically an overseer. You're like the hidden eyes that see everything. But there's something you're kind of hiding from yourself and you're a bit ashamed or embarrassed about it. You wanted me to come in and see like how sophisticated you are, but I kind of figured it out. And I tell you that you're too hard on yourself and you should always just be you. And I think there's some aspects to what we're looking at here that actually are you. And maybe you need to acknowledge that it was you all along and not some idea of who you want to be, but actually who you truly are. I think it's fantastic that you're in this adorable little kitchen doing like crazy physics equations or math equations in the air like this. I've never seen that before. You're like a wholesome mother that likes to cook or something. That has this like hidden talent with physics. Maybe you really are like this. Maybe you're smarter than you know. And you put yourself down about this. Because you can't, you aren't that smart. You aren't as smart as you would like to be. I still say, what's on the outside of the kitchen here? Because I'm not just going to hang out in this one place that you feel comfortable with me seeing. We need to go to the places that you don't want me to see. This is actually the chakra healing. I can feel it. I mean, your whole system just went jerk, like tight. Like, don't say that. Don't say you're going to the places that I don't want you to see. Just stay in the in the kiddie pool. Let's stay with what I want you to see, with what I want to see. You know what? You have so much going on inside yourself. So much of you is just desperately ready to just push through all this holding yourself back. Just push through and just bam, here you are. It's almost like you're holding yourself back from who you truly are. Is that why you're seeking all this information? Because you feel it? You feel like a shift going on here? And it's who you are? Is that why you're hearing this message that you're not spending enough time with your inner self? Your inner self is hardcore loud, like, let me out of here. And you're not wanting to because you want to have some kind of control on how quickly things happen, how you're going to cope with it, baby steps. It's like this is like been baby step the living daylights out of it. It's about ready to punch through the walls here. So you're like clenched tight. No, you won't come out. All your chakras are like, you're clenching them. You're clenching them. The real you is screaming. I mean, it's screaming to be let out. Wow. It's disorienting my brain here. It's that loud and it's exciting. The kitchen is cute and adorable. Like, these are like really, and we can work with these images. These images make sense to the human mind. They look good, right? The real you is, you can't put a finger on it. You can't put it in a place. You can't put it in the situation you want it to be. It's going to be whatever it is, all right? This is big time, actually. Your heart is hardcore, like, wrenched tight over this. Because it has to do with self-love, actually. Man, you not letting your true self out is you not loving yourself. I know it's a confusing thing. Like, I swear I love myself. You got, you know what? We have a conscious mind and then we have this other mind. It's a collective mind of everything we've ever been through, and it's got security guards and safety locks and, you know, oversight seers, and it needs to be under control or contained, and we don't always know everything that's going on inside ourselves in our conscious mind. So, but you do have this going on. It's a self-love issue. But we're going to totally look at your root chakra. We're going to look at this stuff. You know, there's also an impatience because, so, all right, this comes back to the you going inside yourself. This is a huge topic for you. You're actually seeking a lot of information right now because you're in a hurry. And you're using this inner information to help catapult the inner you to coming out, but you're also restraining yourself from doing that. So there's kind of this going on. You're impatient and still holding yourself back. There's an unknown going on that you don't know what that is inside of you. You don't know what that is, and you need to understand what it is. And it's more than just a Andromedan or a Pleiadian, it's like the whole universe is ready to squish out. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it cannot be put into a cute little kitchen. It's like gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be like splurt. And it's the biggest like paintball ever of like 100 different colors across an entire city. That's what it's like. That's how big it is and how badly it wants to come out. All right. So I'm feeling more serious here. And now I'm looking at your chakras as though each and every one of them has a individual lock on it. And I need to know the combination, okay? And they're all black and there's no numbers on them. There's just lines that they're not like perfectly spaced. There's like line and then, you know, a line that's a long ways away, and then there's a closer line, but they all have like 4 lines on each circle knob, and they're different spaces. The lines are different spaces away from each other, and every lock is different. I take this idea and I say it's cool and all, or just chuck that over there. All right, what's next? All right, you have a lot of parts of you that don't want that. I mean, again, there's another idea that you're trying to manifest for me. It's just another distraction is really what it is. Just a moment, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to just be quiet. Because I'm not going to react to any of your distractions. And so that's me taking control here. You also have this way of wanting to present yourself wholesomely or in a very easy to take in way, but you have some darker places for sure, and that soul fragmenting thing is true here. It's like, you know, people on an awakening journey, whether that's an alien awakening or a spiritual awakening or interdimensional awakening, whatever it is, human awakening, we want to look at the things that we know how to look at first. So it's easy to cope with stuff. And so like soft, adorable little bunny rabbits, you know, we want the spirit realm to always be angels and singing and happy and to take us and sweep us off our feet away from this terrible world, right? I don't see that necessarily you need it that way. But you have some real avoidance to some old wounds here. And it's dark, okay? That's why you keep creating these distractions. That's why you want me to just stay in the kitchen with this pretend you. That's why you don't want me to go to the places that you don't even want to see. Because when soul fragments, when souls fragment, they fragment because they can't cope with what they're experiencing right now. So they fragment until another life when that can be looked at. And so we can look at it through your session here. And it's very hard for souls to do this. It's usually takes literally it could take maybe a minute. A very uncomfortable soul, like, I can't cope with this right now, freak out, and then totally gone. Totally fine. I'm cool now, thanks, and then gone. But it's mortifying for the soul to relook at this stuff. And I can feel that here. You're right about, I mean, everything that you're sharing with me is really good vibrational information for you. Very good. Because I'm even feeling out your root chakra and your connection with the earth and your real connection with yourself and your connection with who you are deep down inside. And, you know, there's something about being grounded, right? Through this whole process. Taking time with your inner voice will also help you get grounded with yourself because you're taking time out for yourself. It's more than you just understanding what the voice is saying. In this case, it's just literally taking time to be silent with yourself. It doesn't matter if it's just silence is all you get back. You're actually communing with a lot more than just the silence. You got to trust that. So it's, I mean, I'm in a new space, okay? It's really heavy on my heart. I feel like I feel very exhausted and like kind of like time is altered a bit. So as I'm moving through here, it's not like I'm necessarily slowed down, but I feel like I'm moving through water or something, even though, and I'm not moving very quickly, but I'm kind of like walking through like a watery type of state. And I feel wonky, you know, I feel that in my mind. I also, there was blood, okay? When I come in here, there's basically just this knife out of nowhere just comes and cuts just the tip of my nose into two. And then all this blood just splatters out. All of this stuff matters. All of these images matter. They're a part of the communication of what's going on deep down inside beneath the conscious level. And so this is your deeper minds, deeper collective talking about what it's like to be them. This is how I feel. And it feels like it looks like this. It's how it feels like that. So they'll use images like this in order to vent what they're going through, even if, what does it mean exactly? Well, it just means this. It just means what it looks like. They're just venting, that's how they feel, okay? I don't know much more about any of this than that right now. I still feel like you're holding back. I still feel like this isn't deep enough. And I still feel like there's something you really don't want me to look at, but I keep telling this part of you, there's a reason why I'm here. There's a divine time. And now is the time. And guess what? You're not here alone. You don't have to literally look at this by yourself. I'm here to help you look at this. So I can't think of a better time to look at something extremely difficult than when someone's here to help you. Otherwise, it's just going to stay there and fester, and you're still not going to be able to look at it. So why don't we work on this together? Let's look at it together. It helps. It's getting bloodier, and there's like a tree. It's not like a a willow, like, has like all these knots, and it kind of looks like a Halloween looking tree. It looks like it has a perfectly straight, it's like an oak tree, and it has a really big round base, and it's perfectly straight going up really high. And then up high is this perfect round bush of like branches and leaves. Okay, it's like that, but the tree is bleeding all this blood out. It's bleeding. I still feel like we're not deep enough, but we are getting deeper. This is partially connected here to the emotional gut. There's still something you don't want me to see. I mean, I can feel it, just hiding it. It has to do with the female energy. I'm going to do something weird, okay? We're going to see how you react. You see, the thing is, I have to get you to expose something to me. So we're going to do something that's totally inappropriate right now, which is going to mess up the frequency, which will help to expose something new. So I just create a chalice, and we're going to fill the chalice up with blood, and then we're just going to drink the blood together, okay? We're just going to have a moment. And we're just going to do it like that's totally normal. And I don't know why, but I feel like I have to, like, you will drink this blood. Like, it's starting to change the energy. It's starting to make it a little bit more reactive here. You're starting to get mad at me right now. Okay. And I'm looking at you eye to eye, and I'm forcing you to drink this blood. Because it's getting you to get freaking vulnerable. You need to get vulnerable so you break. And then you'll show me what makes this such a big deal. It's literally just a pretend scene. I mean, this isn't like real blood here. This is just a projection of us getting deeper into something that makes you feel very uncomfortable. So let's make it really uncomfortable. All right. Okay. All right, believe it or not, you stalled out, and a tiny little white hole has appeared in the scene. And you're making it so I can't rip the scene. You're making it very dense in here, like it's turned into rock, and you're not going to let me open it. So I'm pretending that this is your most ticklish space, and I have a feather, and I'm just going to tickle you until you can't stay tight anymore, and you're going to laugh, and you're going to open up, and you're going to let me in here. There's a bunch of beings down here. There's a bunch of them, like 10, 15. They're all white. They're all made out of a white substance, actually. They're not like ghostly. They actually are made out of like a substance. This is a space that glows with white light, like glowworms in a dark cave. They're like made out of white. And the room is white too, and it's very silent in here. This space becomes multiple dimensions, and it starts to work with like really complicated sacred geometry. I'm telling you, the physics you in the kitchen it is also you, even if you would say, well, it's not really me. That's part of the you that's trying to come out, is really knows complicated stuff like this. It's gonna, you know, you not loving yourself, this is what that is. This isn't actually a scary space at all. It's you. It's like the most amazing you've ever been. You just don't want to acknowledge it to yourself. You want it to be something, you know, it's actually awesome down here. Why don't you want to see how awesome you are? Why don't you want this to come to the surface? You want to, it's, okay, so there's a bunch of information coming through. I don't know what any of it means yet. I'm just going to start by describing the space. Originally, it was just like a box, like a cube, okay? And then the bottom of it becomes it starts to develop like a staircase that comes to a point at the bottom. And so it does this, and then it does it again at the top. And it's, I know you could draw this very easily, this image, but I'm telling you, it's mega complex. It's freaking really complex energetically. Very complex. And these beings here, I don't know who they are, but they all feel masculine to me. And they're working on something in the center of this. Where's the female energy? Is that your energy? Again, you are still trying to muffle out the meaning of this place. You are really, that is a demonic ego right there. You will not allow yourself the room to be great. Do you want to just be like, I relate to I just want a simple life. I don't need to be like, I can just live in the woods as far away, and nobody has to know who I am. I just live a simple life. That is not what the universe says. That is not me being myself, actually. The universe says me being myself is me being this person who's doing journeys and psychic work for other people. And so if I'm not doing that, then I am denying myself. That is me not loving myself by just wanting to be simple, humble, living a basic, simple life. They don't have to be special. Nobody needs to know about me. That's actually me degrading myself, believe it or not, because the true me has to represent this. Abbey, normal person, okay? You got this going on too. You're denying yourself your true self. And this information that you're getting is not even skimming the surface here. It's just some vibrations to help shimmy shake this up and out of you. Because who you are is badass, okay? So that's why you and the self-love are lacking. Because you're not being yourself at all. But you're kind of lying to yourself on what you're capable of. So, well, that badass isn't me. That's you not loving yourself right there. Because yes, that is you. The you that is the demonic ego is coming out of a weird room over there, and I can hear you open a door of a white room, and then you close the door behind you. It's like you lock it, and then you go down a bunch of stairs that come on and around, and they're made out of wood. I can hear you, and you're slowly coming down to face me. I don't know, it's like you're the manager of a supermarket or something, and I'm just some employee that said something I shouldn't have said. I don't know. It's a really polite way of being angry or something. All right, you're starting to be yourself, but your demonic ego, which is very adorable and sweet and like clean and composed, all right, is duplicating itself a bunch of times and is surrounding me right now. I just put all that idea and then I just toss it over there. It's like, just give up already. Like, you're making this so much harder than it needs to be. It's that immediately the reason why is because it will not be needed anymore. That part of yourself that has been keeping you safe from knowing who you are, it's telling me that it was born. It's like this part of your ego, this demonic ego consciousness, that has made sure that you would not know who you truly are. It made sure. So it was put in place to keep you a certain way for as long as it possibly could, until the divine time, when the energy was just so, and then its time would be complete, and now you are going to be on a totally new journey of self-discovery. Like, everything you thought life was about is not at all what life is going to be about for you moving forward. And I'm talking about, it's not, you couldn't even believe it. You couldn't even try to believe what that might be, okay? And then this demonic ego, which doesn't like it that I call it that, because it was angelic, it says, I was helping you. I've been doing nothing but helping you this whole time. Is explaining this. But I say, you're not helping anymore. That's why you're a demonic ego, literally. And I say, you're becoming out of balance with your role. You're not accepting that the divine time has come, and now it is time for you to move on, because this is the only thing that you've known to do. This is the one job that you've had for a long time, and now you aren't needed. You're fired. So literally, the conversation I'm having to have, it doesn't have to be this harsh, but for some reason I have to make it really loud and clear and straight, okay? It's just, for some reason I have to talk like this to it. It's blinking right now at me. It's just like blinking at me for not saying anything. It's like it's funny. And I go and I give this part of you a hug. I don't even know what this part of you is. Like, it feels female, but now it feels male, and it looks male, and it looks like is that the old rich guy in Simpsons? I can't remember his name. But he's kind of hunched over, and he's bald on top, and kind of looks like him, but in a white robe. And he is unshaven, and he has white skin. He doesn't have yellow skin. But he kind of looks like that. And he's hunched over. And I go and I give him a hug. And I say, life is getting a lot more exciting from here. Because you know what? You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. So now that you did it, and your job is complete, you can go do something else now. It's actually exciting. It's great. It's like, I could explain that it's like I'm taking all of its money away and throwing it out onto the street. That's kind of what its reaction is like. Its life purpose. It doesn't have any other life purpose. Therefore, it's done. It dies now. And it doesn't want to die right now. It wants to stay alive. It's like this. Is his name Montgomery Burns? It's like him on his last dying day. Now all of a sudden, all of the money and all of his reason for being doesn't matter, because he's dead now, you know? So he's kind of having that type of response here, because now everything that he's been doing is now done. And he's just turning white and white and white, and he's turning to like a dust now. He's just crumpled to dust. Old energy. That's all it is. It's old energy released, and Metatron or whoever can take that energy to its rebirth somewhere else. Like, literally. It's perfect. It's good. This is your balance we're talking about here. And it feels now like this project that these guys have been working on, This is somehow connected with you too. I want to know more about it. I mean, it's accessible. It feels like it's your heart in a way. It's a super multidimensional, complex heart. It's like the shape is you. These men have been building and participating in something with you, okay? It's just like they aren't paying any attention to me because they're working on something. And I feel like it's gonna feel gross if I interrupt them. But I just see all this getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and all that delay, look, all these problems, and that weren't actually real. They were just distractions. Are now this is the truth. The truth is finally accessible. The truth of who you are and the ability to be the truth of who you are is finally accessible. There's nothing in the way of this. And this is happening. This is absolutely happening. I'm just going to place this shape here. I'm going to place one into your third eye, okay? And just place one into your throat. It's a reflection of your heart, but it's the heart of you. It's your identity. But I'm going to place one into your heart, okay? I'm going to place one into your emotional gut. I'm going to place one into your sexual body. I'm going to place one into your root, okay? And I'm going to just take the root, I'm just going to stretch it out, stretch it on down. And we're going to just really make it go deep here in its connection with your Earth Star chakra. I'm going to let that energy circulate here. I want you to feel even more grounded. I'm going to place one into your crown here, okay? I'm just going to take this crown energy and I'm just going to stretch it on up. And I'm going to connect it here with your soul star chakra. I'm really just going to expand your energy field, okay? Expand it in every sacred direction, not just up and down. It's like literally in every direction possible. I mean, it's like a sphere. How many points are on a sphere? There's infinite points. So we're just expanding you infinitely like this. And it's as if all of these shapes are starting to merge together into one big shape of this shape as I described it. And the shape now is transforming and it looks like you coming through a very beautiful light. It's still a bit of a mystery. But you don't have anything in the way within yourself of you tapping into that mystery. All right? So just let time reveal, okay? Just let time reveal. This is like a brand new day for you. You're stepping into totally new stuff. Very exciting. All right, thank you so much for exploring this session with me. Thank you for sharing. For those of you watching, if any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Okay, everybody, thank you again and have a wonderful day.